It's your boy. Why is it so dark in here? There's lights on. Oh. Is it better? No, it's actually, yeah, it's better. How you doing? This is what you get. Big head mode engaged. Look at the beard on me. It's so soft. And pillowy. Like a boss. If you're a dude out there and you just don't have a beard, you can never be a boss. You ever seen a video game? You find me one video game where at level 100, the boss doesn't have a fucking beard, bro. Ah, you find me one level 100 boss without a beard. I'll blow you. I'll never blow you. Here's the deal. I'm in Winnipeg. Where are you from? You think you're tough? You think you're real tough? First you gotta jump over a fence. Hey, you don't know what's on the other side. And then we're gonna make you drag around 450-pound pots. 450, bud, I said it. Oh, you don't think so? Well, I can throw around 200-pound pots. You can't. But no, you gotta try doing what I do, bud. All day, every day. Morning and noon and night. You want a bad back? Try to do what I do. Chucking 5-gallon pails at 4 in the morning, bud. Chucking 5-gallon pails. I watered 75 gallons of water in 10 minutes. You don't believe me? Go check my Canadian Info live stream last night at 4 in the morning, bud. 2 to 4. I lost my ring, transplanted plants, and gave her. What are you doing at 2 a.m.? Are you lifting 85-pound buckets, chucking them 16 feet across your backyard? Lugging them through the blackness and flip-flops in trip-trops? Are you running in trip-trops like me? Yeah. I get tired, but then I get going again, right? I get like a fifth wind. Some of you might get a second wind like once a year. I get a fifth wind every day. All right. Well, that's because of the way I was brought up, you know. Like I had 2 yards to rake when I was 10. And then when I wanted money, I had to rake leaves, bag leaves. What else did we do? We did painting fences, raking leaves, mowing lawns. And then a few other things like, oh, well. And then there's stuff I don't talk about anymore. And fishing. Let's just say, so I think I was 15 when I started fishing. I was. Because my buddy was a year older than me and he had failed. No, I was younger than that. My buddy started when he was 15. I went fishing with him when I was 14 years old. And he was 15. And he actually dropped out of school in grade 9 to become a fisherman. He was making $90 a day cash. And the school teacher's making 60 or 70. This is a true story. So he's making 50% more money than a school teacher when he was 15, and they had gone to school forever. My eyes were widened. This didn't just happen for a day, or this was 6 months. And then he got a permanent job after, and everyone was like, "Did you hear about Buddy?" I almost said his name. Buddy dropped out of school, and they're all like, "Yeah, did you hear Buddy just bought a brand new truck?" I'm like, "Isn't Buddy 16 and a half?" Yep. And he has a nicer truck than any of the teachers at the high school. Just wait, there's more. Hang on and listen. This is, everybody cares about money and, oh, you got to go to school to. No, you don't. That's a lie. Real men start working when they're very young. His buddy, at the time, he was my buddy too, but he's better friends with him now for sure. He loves me as much as him, put it that way, but my another buddy of ours, we'll say that, but he hung around with him more at the time. I was gonna scrap the dude at the time, actually. He was the toughest dude where I'm from. And I didn't want to scrap this dude, but he didn't, I don't know if he wanted to scrap me or not. I knew he was scared a bit, because we were both brutes, right? And then one day, I don't know what happened, but I can't remember if it was winter or summer. We either went skidooing or fishing or boating. I can't remember. We did something, and me, him, and the other guy, just the three of us. No, it was fishing, and that's right because I had to grab onto a net, and I was being pulled into the water, and fuck, they thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, dude, this is your net. I'll let this go. He's like, if you let that go, my uncle's gonna beat me his $500 net. And I said, bro, stop laughing and grab my hand. And they both grabbed me and pulled me in. I'm like, what are you doing? You like, are you guys think like they were just a lot dumber? Remember, they dropped out, right? And that doesn't mean you're dumb. It means that you're not a boss, right? Bosses aren't geniuses. They're just people who work hard, right? So I'll put it to you like this. My buddy was 15, he dropped out. The other guy was 14 and dropped out, but his dad made him, okay? His dad was a fisherman. His dad was the biggest fisherman there is in probably most of this country. Their family is extremely hardworking, extremely, and they have every year they make millions of dollars and reinvest and create bigger properties. Like it's insane the level of growth per year. I'm not talking like in their lifetime. The guys the kid that's my age too that was 14, and then the guy that dropped out, his dad made him. The guy that's 15 was my best friend. I used to go to school with him all through the younger years, and then high school was like, yeah, I'm not going back to school, I'm dropping out, becoming a fisherman. I'm like, holy shit! It just was blowing my mind, right? And I'm like, how is your mom okay with that? And she's like, well, they're not really okay with it, but I'm making more money than like anyone like, around us. And I'm like, yeah, that is a lot of money, eh? And, like I can't even imagine how much money that guy's made. He's made millions and millions of dollars, and then the 14-year-old has made 10 times what that guy's made because he started with everything, all the equipment, all the nets, all the licenses, everything. So he was filling like 15 quotas a season. Meanwhile, normal fisherman has one or two. And that, like, to give you an idea of how hard these people work, eh? And then that's not an exaggeration, it's probably more than that. I don't know the number, and that's only the family knows the number of licenses they have. But it is open, it is open knowledge how many licenses exist in an area. That's, you can look that up. I'm pretty sure you used to be able to. I'm 99% sure the licenses are out there in some form of government paperwork or something, like official site or something like that. Anyway, but it may not be because it is an industry that's kind of, well, it's a very I don't want to get into it. Number one, I'm a vegan and I don't want to take anything from, I don't want to take any life. So trying to get off of this topic, it's hard for me because this tells you a lot about where I come from. And the people I grew up with, not city slickers who play, slots or baseball. We were men, and we were working. Some of my friends died. Before they were a man, they drowned working. This is what a man's job entails. Death. It's very dangerous to do a man's job. Very dangerous. That's why you get so much money to do this type of work. But it wasn't, the money they were paying us was pennies compared to what they were making. And you can see that proof by what the 14-year-old who was made to quit school by his dad, and he was given a boat, licenses, nets, everything, a truck, everything you need, like $150,000 worth of stuff. More than that, because the licenses alone are probably 150 grand. And so what happened was, my buddy who was 15, my eyes were widened to him. It was a couple months later. He's like, you gotta come on the lake with me, man. You're gonna love this. He knew how much I love everything about the lake, everything about everything. That's nature. He's like, you're gonna love this. I get out there, I'm like, I hate this, bro. This is really hard work, man. Like, the first day was insane. Like, I did it, but man, I'd never worked so hard in my life, and I never knew a fishing net pulled against you. Picture having a tug of war against a giant, a 15 billion pound man pulling. You're holding a net that you can't tear. You can't lean into it and rip all the leaves off the trees. You're pulling it out. You have to lightly grab it, put it here, and you hold it and cup it like this, and the nylon net just starts tearing through your, like, burning you, running out of your hands, and you can't hold it, and you're gripping as hard as you can. You can't grip as hard as me, so you can't imagine what it feels like to have a nylon net pulling your... You're wearing gloves, but they're not very thick. And now you've got the glove. Like, it's insane. Once you're... And then you get a fish spine poking you, and then you get infections, and their poisonous fins poke you, and you get an infection, and your hand swells up and turns green, and it's disgusting. And you're popping little pustules off your hand, while you're picking fish spines out of your fingers, out of the palm of your hand, and you've still got to pull the nets all day tomorrow, with your mitts that are all like green and blue. And this is no joke. 7 days a week, 4 a.m. every single day. This is the life, bro. One day I'll set up my TV. I'll get a new charging cord for my cam. I video recorded a few, I call them commercials. I have done some amazingness. I've been recording videos for over almost 25 years. I've been making videos. This is why you see me now. One of the reasons. Because this is my destiny, right? Like, I've been meaning to do this for decades. I have ancient film of my bubble from when I was 19. No one on YouTube has shown you ancient bubble. I'll show you ancient bubble. Just wait. And when I'm ready, I got years before I drop. I'm gonna go to 20,000 videos, and then I'll upload all my videos that I made as a 20-year-old. Not all of them, of course. I banged 100 chicks, you know. Then there's bubble videos, there's nature videos, there's camping videos. I have a video of me and my mom, like, doing some kind of, I don't know if we're camping or if we're at, like, some place anyway. I can't name any names. But I'll put that video up. I don't know exactly what's in it. I just know that that's one of my favorite videos I made, I remember. And the camera, and my mom's really, she's being funny on the camera. It's nice. And then, I guess the last thing I'll end with is, like, people think you need a degree in something to make you smart, right? If you've been doing something for a long time, you're probably pretty good at it, unless you suck at it, right? Unless you always need help doing the same thing you've been doing for the last 20 years. But I don't ask anybody for help. I have never asked for help for my garden. Maybe, like, for my wife to, like, I don't remember, maybe when I was sick, but now I don't. My wife does nothing in my garden. And nobody else does either. I don't even want anybody in my garden. My garden is mine. Like, I take care of it. I'm the caretaker. And I like that. If somebody wants to go in my garden, you can't. If somebody wants to touch, the plants in my garden, you're welcome to touch them. All the plants. You can't touch any of my special plants. I'll break your legs. I'll break both your legs in 1 second. I don't even touch my plants. So, nobody else is touching them either. People are dirty. They have this video. It shows, like, grime. There's, like, a layer of film on people. And it's like a dust cloud. And it just, like, hovers over you. And it's like it's like the stuff you give off, eh? That's why when they talk about COVID and stuff like that and staying 6 feet apart, it's not really COVID. It's just you're covered in germs, right? As soon as you cough, your germs are on your hands. You start touching your face. Now your whole face and hands are full of whatever came out of your mouth, right? And then you start coughing here and coughing here. Or no coughing, and you sneeze a lot, right? I think sneezing is disgusting. Like, people, okay, I get coughing, but coughing, I'll give you an example. If someone coughs while you're at a table, do you freak out or do you panic and cover your plate? But if somebody sneezes 3 or 4 times and they don't turn away, like, what's worse, right? So sneezing is disgusting because shit flies everywhere for 15 feet around, 180-degree radius. Whatever way you're facing, everything forward just got sneezed, right? big, huge spit droplets too. We're not talking about nothing little. So I was somewhere the other day and this lady sneezed 3 times. I was just like, for Christ's sakes, you couldn't turn away from me? And she was like a worker. I'm like, that's disgusting. I'm like, you work here and you don't even have like etiquette? Like, gross, you know? If you're talking this way to people, you excuse yourself from the circle for a second, you fucking turn your head and you go, achoo, and you sneeze down into your elbow. You don't fucking sneeze right into the fucking path of everybody talking. And she did it 3 times. Oh, I sneezed 3 times. That's why I recognize it. Oh, you're a 3-time sneezer. Or whatever. Sometimes I'll sneeze twice, but she sneezed 3 times straight fucking in front of me. So I got up and cashed out my ticket and walked over to my chick and just stayed there. I didn't even look at her. Just like, what the fuck? 45-year-old woman with no couth, man. Just gross, though. Like, my chick tells me that people are getting sick. Everyone's getting sick right now, right? I'm like, really? That sucks. She's on social media. I'm not. I don't know anybody on. I don't do social media. This isn't social media. I'm an entertainer. This is not social media. What I do is like, I'm not making 5-second videos of nothing, right? I'm an entertainer. If you want to watch my TV show or my movies, that's fine. But I don't make 5-second clips of garbage. That's social media, right? I think. And then this is more like a TV show. This is the Hash Info show. Do you call social media Netflix, right? Just because you're watching it on the internet, right? No. So this isn't social media. It took me a little while to figure that out too. Because this is a live stream or a video. This is just a video, really, if you think about it, because sometimes I just literally let you watch a video. So now I'm doing a talking podcast, if you want to label it something, right? If you want to perceive it as something, perceive it as a talk show, like Jenny Craig. What was that? No, The View. The View, I mean, not Jenny Craig is a thing. Like The View or Oprah. Picture me, but with less menopause going on.